Texas. I'm joined with the guy who put 40 to 21 on SVB, Jayson Shaw. Jayson, how are you, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Let's talk about last night, man. Let's just jump on into it. Nobody expected that score line, especially to go and start. Walk us through what was going through your mind and how you ended up jumping out on them like the way you did.
Obviously, the first couple of games, I think I had a chance in the second game, and then the third game he missed a nine. And then after that, it was kind of back and forward for a little bit, and then finally, when I got in front, he seemed to be making a lot of mistakes that he doesn't usually make.
Yeah,
So I kind of jumped on them and took advantage of it, and
the
yeah,
wheels
just
came off.
yeah, they did. He was kind of banging his cue and looked frustrated, and his head was down and kind of sitting,
Yeah.
like he wasn't really interested in watching anything.
Well, Shane ain't used to being the one sitting back and taking it. He's used to, being out there on center
Giving it.
stage and giving it.
Yeah.
You've been on the receiving end of it plenty of times.
Yeah, of course. I know it was going to be tough. I know it's still going to be tough, but yeah, I'm just going to go out there and just play my game and just freewheel at everything, go for everything.
You played him 10 ball quite a bit, and you were asking for this game. There was a lot of people that pegged you as the underdog, but you said, you called your shot and said, I can beat him in this game. What part of this break did you go and like where you thought you had a chance, not even 40 to 21, but like a chance to maybe a close win?
I know that he's not going to get up there and just park the cue ball in the middle of the table and have
Yeah.
a shot straight in on the one. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moving. Yesterday, I felt like I outmoved him. There was a lot of safety battles where I really, really got the better of him. There was like 3 or 4 times where I had him good and he just whacked it 100 mile an hour and he flipped all 4 of them. But I think that's his kind of style when he's kind of hooked. Unless it's a two-way shot where he can kick it nice and soft. If he's got nothing that he thinks.
But if Shane two-strokes something like that, I think you're here.
Yeah, that too. And then also he gave me a few games.
Yeah.
With a few balls left and stuff like that. I think he just wanted to get out of here. It's been a long.
Y'all been on the grind.
Yeah, we've been on a long last few months, especially him. He's been he was all over the place, and then went to the Philippines. Philippines will get you. You know that when you come
It'll
back.
wear you out.
Yeah.
You need a couple weeks to go and recover.
Not just go straight to the U.S. Open. You know what I mean? It can get you because your sleeping patterns all over the place.
Yeah.
Jet lag and then just when you're not feeling like you want to be somewhere, and then you're struggling. That on top of it's brutal, mate. I've been there. It's not a nice feeling. You know what I mean?
So what's your game plan going into today?
Just break them as well as I can and just run.
Yeah.
I'm
any let up at all?
Any let up at all, I'm going to punish it. I feel good.
No, I mean on your end. Are you going to let up at all?
No, I'm not. I'm going for everything. If I've got no shot, I'm pushing out to a jump shot. I'm going for it. If I have to play safe, then I will play safe. But if I don't and I see something that's wide open, I'm going for it.
You picked a good time to put up a score line like that. You guys are basically in judgment week for everything you've been working for the last 12 months as far as being picked for the Mosconi Cup. A lot of people, and myself included, like your chances on making it on that team. Have you heard anything? Have you got any word at all? When do you expect to go and at least hear some kind of decision one way or the other?
I don't know. It's not up to me. It's out of my hands, really. Obviously, I think I'm going to get picked, but let's see. I'm just concentrating on this match. This is a big thing for me. Not just obviously for the Mosconi Cup or anything like that. This is just big for me personally. I wanted this match for a while.
Elaborate on that.
I just mean like going forward. You know what I mean? I wanted to get into Greece just to kind of get my game back. That's why I've been playing a lot of like straight pool and doing a lot of those high runs and stuff like that. I want to get my game back to where it should be at. You know what I mean? And I'm playing well. I've just had brutal draw. People think,
you got the worst draw in single elimination?
You know what
man?
it is? People.
Every tournament.
People say, "Oh, you didn't do well in matchroom events this year." World Pool Masters, I got from 2-1 up. Fortunsky run the match.
Yeah. He played out of his mind.
World Cup of Pool, I had one shot. We lost 7-0. Right? They run like 5. The World 9-Ball Championships, I drove Copenhagen last 32.
Yeah.
I lost Hill. It's not like I played bad, right?
You're right there.
The World Champion, the U.S. Open just gone. I played Corteza. It was 4-2. I got a skid on a 2-ball, and then he runs the set.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Corteza to play Copigny, like
Yeah,
like you
it
said.
wasn't going to get any easier for
No,
you.
and then the year before that, I've drawn the European Open. I've drawn Filler in the last
You
16.
drew Filler at
And
the
he-
U.S. Open in Mandalay Bay too.
Yep, I draw him, and then I draw Shane the year that Albin won the World Championship. I drew Shane in the last 64.
Every time, man.
You know what I mean? Like it's gross, but like I said, people think, oh, I'm not having a good year. I basically played about 4 tournaments where
Well,
I barely had a shot.
it's because you're held to that upper echelon standard. You know, you're not held to that middle of the pack kind of pool player standard. It's like it's hardware, or getting into finals or semifinals or bust for a guy like you. And that's a credit to how well you play the game.
Yeah, obviously, and it's crazy. Everybody keeps saying to me, man, feels like everybody that plays you just seems to not give up, if you know what I mean. Like they seem to come out and play
Oh,
their
yeah.
strongest match,
Yeah.
and then you watch them a couple of games later, and
Well, because there was some cupcakes left in that
Oh.
draw at that time, and then you end up drawing Levan, who's
he was playing really good. He
Yeah.
played really. He beat Copigny 9-4 after it absolutely drilled him.
he was in the final. He beat Filler in Derby finals not too long ago.
Yeah,
You know?
listen, I know Levan. I've known him for years. I've had a lot of good matches with him, especially at the Derby. I played him a few times, and yeah, he's a hell of a player. People don't really think of him because he doesn't really, his style's like very.
He's a grinder.
Yeah, he's a grinder, but like I said, I didn't do too much wrong in all these events, and people say, "Well, I didn't do well," and that's why I'm disgusted at some of them because I'm like, I'm playing well, I qualify, and I get the worst draw possible. I'm looking around, and like you said, there's cupcakes playing at each other.
There was, but you've also are the 2-time MVP
Yeah,
as well. So, and you also do well under big pressure moments on the Mosconi Cup, which you'll be the first one to say, and like everybody else who's ever played that event will tell you, it's a different animal.
yeah, it's you either got it or you don't. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if pool had 20,000 people every month in an arena playing big events, I'm guarantee you I'll be right there I'll be right there
Don't worry about
every week. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
I think the more people, the more pressure on, the more not that there's not pressure on these other events, but I thrive on that. Like,
Have you been able to like find that middle ground though, where a few years ago in the Mosconi Cup, maybe the moment got the better of you, or it was too much energy?
yeah, I think I was using all my energy before I was even playing. I was going mental before I came
Yeah.
up. But now I feel like I'm more of a leader in the team.
I'd agree with that.
I can get them pumped up. I can, talk to them and do whatever and get them, riled going into the match.
How
and
important is that though? Because I was talking with Jeremy the other day, and I said, and I think you guys would probably have you, and maybe even Josh to some extent. Maybe he's kind of grown into that a little bit with being that kind of emotional leader, because people depend on him to go and get that point. But how important is that like energetic guy on the team, or that can go and bounce you out?
Yeah, it's not even just that, and it's all like in the practice room. It's the stuff that goes with it. You know what I mean? All the jokes and the laughs, knowing when to do it, when not to do it.
Yeah, having a
When-
pulse on it.
Yeah, when to be serious, when to knuckle down and say, right, let's cut that out. It's time to really focus. But yeah, I just do what I have to do in the next play this match, go back to fly straight to Washington after this. I'm going to do the straight pool high run again for 3 days.
Oh, you're gonna go out. You're gonna try to go for 1,000.
Yeah, I'm going there right after this match. I fly out at 6 o'clock in the morning and arrive at 1 o'clock in Washington, and I'll be starting my run around like 2-3 o'clock in the day.
And then you got the international coming up, or the straight pool. Straight pool.
Play that. I do the straight pool for 3 days. Then I do an exhibition in Washington, and then I leave there, drive to Virginia, play the straight pool event, and then play the International Open.
How do you do that with kids, man? That's tough.
Just leave them at home. Obviously, I have my wife here with me, so she's going home after this, and I'm going to Washington. She's gonna go take care of the kids, and then she's gonna drive down with the kids like 5 hours.
Well, that's not too bad.
She's gonna drive down with the kids, spend 3 days with me, and then I'm gonna head to the International Open, and I will spend probably like a week there on my own.
That'll be the first event for
next year.
event for next year's points, and the first event with this same style of break. It got you to 40-21. It's kind of a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much do you like the break compared to before, where you have that, BS one on the spot, soft breaking and wing ball flying every time.
It's funny though because I'm breaking about a ball and a half in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Most guys are going wide.
I'm
with
not
the
even.
keyboard.
I'm not
Yeah.
even breaking from the edge of the box. I'm breaking like a ball and a half in towards the spot.
I said you had some success. I was even watching you earlier. For those of you guys who care about that, you were bringing them pretty solid, warming up.
Like I said, I spoke to you 2 minutes ago about speaking to someone. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm just gonna go for everything. I'm just gonna let my arm loose, let myself just fly at everything. You know what I mean? I'm up. I'm up 19 games. I'm just gonna get loose and try.
You've lost to Shane, and you have a lot of shit talkers, for lack of a better word, that go and never miss a moment to remind you of that. And I know you came back on day 3. I think on both times you guys played a Big 10 ball set. But how much does it mean to you, like personally? Because you've always said, I can beat the guy, I can beat the guy. Well, now you're in the spot to really beat the guy and beat him pretty good.
Well, obviously,
I mean, I know it's been one day,
yeah,
but
there's still 2 days to go. But obviously, today's a big day.
It is.
If I can come out, I feel like I'm breaking good and I'm playing good. Like I said, I'm not gonna try and you know, shrivel up and try and play all tactical and all that. I'm going for my shots. If it doesn't go in, then next game, you know what I mean. On next shot, I'll be ready. But yeah, just do what I'm doing. Don't change it.
the last time I saw you in Michigan, it was right off the heels of Carlo playing Federer. And you said that I asked you, I said, can anyone beat that guy? And you said, I can. And you're backing it up with a hell of a performance against Shane. Little birdie told me that that match may end up happening between you and Federer.
Yeah, listen, like I said, I'll play anybody. I'm not scared to play anybody. I'm not sounding like, cocky or anything like
Right.
that. That's me. I'll play them if they want to play and they think that they can't be beat, then I'll get up there and dance with them.
It's pretty ironic because when I asked you why you felt that way, you said it's because Carlo couldn't break the balls. Let him see someone who can break the balls, and then we'll see how he does.
Well, it's not that he can't break. Obviously, he can, but he
But he
does,
didn't
it's
that-
not.
he
No,
didn't
he
then.
didn't,
Yeah.
and it's not consistent. You know
Right.
what I mean? And with this break, it's so off and on. You know what I mean? You hit like 3 or 4, and you think I've got it down, and then you break, and you're like, "What the heck? I hit them
Yeah.
terrible." But I feel like the more you play, the more this break happens, the more people are gonna. Everybody's trying to make the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not. I'm trying to make the wing ball.
And they come around.
If make the wing ball go straight back into the rack and try and make the 9.
It's a lot of guys do it pretty consistently. Francisco did it pretty well. Did it pretty well where he's almost banking the 9 on the side.
Yeah, and I did it yesterday. I had the 9 ball moving a lot. I had it moving a lot yesterday. I actually made it towards the end in the top corner.
Towards the end of the night.
Yeah, I
That
nearly
that was a
made
pretty-
it cross side too.
That was pretty cold though. I think that's whenever Shane was just over this shit. He was
yeah,
done.
because the next game he
He gave it to you with like 3 balls left, the kick
what
shot
did-
or something.
Yeah,
didn't
he played safe, and then I snookered him, and he kicked it and scratched, and then he just gave up, and I thought to myself, okay, he's done.
You've seen him have that like mental letdown in the Mosconi Cup where he just can check out when you guys go and bury him. Did you see any of that here?
I seen it probably from when I was up around 14-6, and then he looked like he stopped it for a few games, and then run around about
He
20,
almost came back. I mean, not come back,
about
but like
23, 16, 17.
you were at, I think, like 10 a few times, and then at 10, I think he chopped it down to somewhere around 7-ish, somewhere like that.
Yeah, and then he kind of made a couple mistakes, and then I kept getting it back to 10, and then once I got up 25, 18, I believe. Yeah, 25, 18, that's when I took off. I think I run like 9 racks or something like that at one point, maybe 8.
You're always playing Shane anywhere in the States. You're always going to be an underdog, and you got to fade the crowd and everywhere else. What's the environment been like down here for you at the Rock and Q, man?
Yeah, obviously everybody was cheering. I could tell everybody was still cheering for him, but I just had my earpods in, listen to my music, just do my own thing. I know they're gonna cheer and they're gonna be for him and do whatever. But I've been here before, played these matches. Not my first match. I played him. I played
But you know, last
Dennis.
time you told me, you said if I'm gonna play someone, they're coming to my room.
Yeah,
What-
well, I'm trying, but it's like it's like trying to find water in the desert, man. It's like it's just so hard. Like nobody's gonna just want to come to my room and play me.
well, but there's gonna be a lot of guys on that side of the country in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I know that. But I think now I've so many events coming up. As soon as I get home, after this, I don't go home till the 7th of November. Then I get home for 6 days, and then I fly to Puerto Rico. But before I fly there, we might have this match with me and Fedor.
I heard it was just contingent on you agreeing to it. Is what I heard.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure I get
The schedule.
no, trying to make sure I get paid what I want.
Okay, that's fair. But it's these guys. You guys bring in a good draw, and a lot of fans around the country want to go and see it, especially because both of you guys are Vogue right now. Both of you guys are winning right now, and you're just exciting to watch, man.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm trying to play as much as possible, and just playing everything next year. I'm gonna play in most Euro tours. I'm gonna travel all over again. I'm gonna go all over the place next
That's a
year.
grind, man.
I know, but I haven't been doing that. I've just been picking and choosing what I've been going to.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go all out, and I'm gonna attack everything next year, and I'm gonna really stamp my foot down again.
Well, that'll give you a good chance of making it on points.
Well, that's my whole. Obviously, I try and make it on points, but I don't play all the points event. I play the matchroom event.
Look, Federer saying who's playing who.
You're playing me.
I think you heard it here first. I'd be excited to go and watch that match. I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, I get on well with Fedor. You know what I mean?
No, you guys do.
We're good pals.
Y'all might be teammates.
Yeah. Who knows?
If you
if he knows, then I want to know. Text me.
If you had the choice, who would you go and put on? Like, if you take yourself out.
What, and just leave the last spot open?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one. It's hard, man. Just after what's happened at the US Open,
it really turned things upside down.
It did. Obviously, Mario played well. He didn't quite, get there to where he wanted to.
He should have beat Albin in that final at the European.
And then you've got
the semi
quarterfinal, right?
I think it was semis.
Yeah. Then you've got obviously Max, who's had a great run there. He could be in a shout. Catchy had a good event too.
He really did, man. Beating Josh 10-1.
Yeah, like there's a few. Obviously, Fedor. Like it's tough. Obviously, whoever gets picked is.
How much would you weigh the performance from Federer at the U.S. Open rather?
That was a tough one, man, because if he wins that match and then goes on and plays filler and maybe beats filler,
then it's a lock. It's done with.
Then I think
there's no conversation.
There's no conversation. But then he loses to Tyler, and then it's like, wow.
But in fairness, Tyler gave Josh, the business too.
Listen,
at least like 3/4 of the match.
I get that, but it's a tough one to pick, man. It really is. Whoever gets in. Whoever doesn't get in is going to be sick, and whoever gets in is going to be delighted. Everybody's saying you pick Fedor, and then people are saying, well, you can't really pick him. He's not played any events overseas, which I understand. It's a tough one, right? It really is. It is. It's not on him. It's just the way stuff, it's the world. It's the way things happen, and it was out of people's hands. So it's a tough one, man. Does he deserve a shot of what he's done? Of course, because he's been like amazing in the US. He's won nearly everything.
But it's like anything else. Games make a difference in pool. The game matters.
But then you've got to come down to the experience of the Mosconi Cup. Obviously last time Fedor,
he would still be a rookie.
Yeah, last time he played there was no crowd. So in existence he would be like a rookie. So then you would have two rookies. Do you want that in Vegas where 2,500?
But I would argue what Federer's experience gambling would he's mentally tough enough to be able to fade it.
I get that. I think obviously with the other players in the team, and obviously Alex is coach, then that goes all out the window, and then it's all about preparing and bonding as a team and pumping each other up. But yeah, it's so tough, man. Like I said, I don't even know myself. Usually I get like a little
the old wink of the eye.
Yeah, like a little something, but I've actually not heard much, to be honest with you.
They're trying to keep it buttoned up, it sounds like.
I think so. It sounds like Jeremy, even when you did the podcast, that he wasn't letting anything out either.
No.
I think it's really a big I think because it's so close with everybody that they're really trying to make it and it's a big decision for
not
Alex.
just that, but it was the drama of the US Open. It's the fact that it was kind of it was climactic but anticlimactic when it came to the points, because once the matches were done, then who's going to get in. I think Matchroom likes that ooh and ah factor, and rightfully so.
And there you go, like people saying Al Katie. We never even said Al Katie.
Well, when I talked to Max earlier, he said David.
Is that well? If you
because of the chemistry with
if
Ruiz.
you look at it, David was amazing last year on the team. He
What?
was like solid as far as like team chemistry, played good. If you were to pick him with Sanchez, then obviously it would be like they're part of the World Cup of pool, and
Yeah, but you could say the same thing with Albin. I'm sorry, with Albin and
Mario,
Max.
Max,
Or even Mario,
yeah.
even Mario and
So
Albin.
it's a tough one, mate. I'm just waiting. All I'm waiting on is to find out if I'm in. Never mind anybody else. But yeah, like I said, mate, I wanted to play this match before the US Open.
To get ready for it.
Yeah, but then Shane told me no after it, and I thought, oh, he's like he doesn't want to get me in stroke before. But I thought he would have wanted to get in stroke before.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's all that traveling though. You know how it is.
Yeah,
man.
I know. So yeah, then after I was like, man, 2 days after the event, I got to go to Texas, and then I'm going to the straight pro then. And I thought, well, at least I'll be ready for the international no matter what happens.
You saw Federer play Carlo a little bit out in Louisville. You think he's going to play you tougher if and when that match does happen? You think he's going to play you tougher than what Shane's playing you right now? Based off of what you saw then.
Yeah, of course, obviously, he's not going to lose the head like him, but who knows? You can lose the head at any point. It just depends how it's going. If you're having an absolute nightmare and you're missing everything and your
Nobody said you were going to be up by 19 games on day one, man.
Yeah, but listen, like I said to you yesterday, at this level, we're all us guys, all
Definitely.
the top players.
Yeah.
And at any moment, we can all put packages together. We can all keep each other in our seats.
Yeah, but that sounds good to like sell tickets and shit, but it's different to go and back it up against Shane.
Yeah, but listen, it doesn't matter. Like obviously, yeah, Shane, I get it. He's like, he's did all these big money games and he's like the best in the long races. You know what I mean? He's never really lost, has he? Except I think Alex beat him one time.
Dennis came back
back and beat him. So he's lost twice at all the matches he's played. He's probably played about 15 of them.
Especially this year, he's played a lot.
So yeah, listen, I feel like if you can get your chances and punish them and then break and run a good few games like I did towards the end. Yesterday he was sat in his chair from
a while.
He was sat in the chair from 30-21 until 38.
Yeah.
He never had a shot. So when you get up and then all of a sudden you're kicking at a ball,
it'll break you.
Yeah,
it'll break a lot of guys.
So yeah, it's just one of those ones. I feel like I said, any of these guys on the day, with the high level of pool it is now, everybody can do that to each other. It's just about how you can keep yourself composed in the chair. What's
going to be the score from a 0-0 match going to 40? What's going to be the score after today?
40-19.
Again. Go get them, man. OmegaBilliards.com for the pay-per-view. Go check it out. Go support the stream. And we'll see you guys later.